I bought this EZpad Pro 8 from a charity shop. It was sold no power supply. I have unclipped the back because I've seen a screen on eBay for sale and I had to make sure it was the right one. So it's one of those pads where it's detachable keyboard, so we don't need that part just yet. So I have unclipped the back just to see what the screen connections were, so I can get away with that bit for now. And then this is what I found when I plugged it in. So I looked it up. This is connected to my bench power supply, which is set to 12 volts, 2 amps, positive, center positive. So we have a meter set up there, and just to double check, we have 12 volts, bang on, 12.01, center positive. So if I reverse the leads, we should see, or we will see, minus 12. Hard to see there, but there's a minus just above that DC there. So it is 12 volt positive, center positive. Now this is what I found when I plugged in, and I think you've gathered what the issue is. Why have I bought a new screen? So this was plugged in and it took ages. The red light has come on. Because I've taken it out of the case, I'm just going to have to use my fingernails to try and turn this on. And obviously doing this, I'm charging them batteries then. So we've got a white light coming on, and this is what I was faced against. If it does start up, that is. There we go. It weren't too, it was lit. There's an actual crack up the screen there. You can't actually see it through any pictures. Yeah, you can really see it there. Seems to be right there. And it seems to be a fault with these. I see so many of these for sale with broken screens. There was a little screen on eBay. I think it was $34.99 free delivery. And he offered me a deal for £25 delivered, so I couldn't say no. Right, I messaged the eBay seller just thanking him for the screen, and he was happy for me to put a link to his shop. So MLCP 2014, he's been a member of the eBay since 2011. He sells laptop spares, mobile spares, console spares, so electronics. So check him out. I'll put a link to his eBay store in the description. Okay, so let's get this screen out. Be the first screen I've ever done, but it should be straightforward enough. Obviously you've got, remember now we've got charging these batteries. It should just be a matter of a case of just heating up these cables, unclipping them and putting in a new screen. Well, we'll see how easy it is. Right, I've got a heat station set to sort of 3/4 airflow. I use some cheap tweezers. 200 degrees, so hopefully this isn't too much, but we'll see. I keep away from that battery as much as I can. But I'm basically trying to soften up any adhesive that's on this. Yeah, it's coming up really easily, that one. Lovely. So it's just enough to soften that adhesive. Let's get this back in, it's going to hum. And if I just keep this somewhere face upwards, that should stay sticky. Right, so hopefully on the computer now I can see where connections are. First of all, let's disconnect this battery. I guess we should actually see how much is in this battery, just for reference. So we should have red and black. We have 5.6, so it was dead, and then that yellow should be about battery management, 5.6, yeah. Okay, so the battery itself is okay, so that's that disconnected. Seem to have a Wi-Fi connector here. I'll just pop off. Right, some ribbon cables. and another cable. Let's gently take these out without, you know, it's just use my fingers. Hopefully I'm not getting in the way of the TV screen, or the camera rather. That one's quite stubborn. But nice and gently, let's get she out. Right, let's take this tape off. I should actually open up the new screen just to see what connectors are in it, so I know how far we've got to strip back down. Now this is a lithium battery, so I don't want hardly any heat into this whatsoever. This is sort of tearing this tape. Oh well. Do you know what, I think I'd rather put new tape than risk overheating a battery, because it's very hot in the UK at the moment. Do you know what, I'm just gonna, yeah, I can get some more cloth tape. I've actually got some in the garage, very similar. You can get it off your finger. Don't be sticky. And do it without pulling that speaker cable too much. Oh, that's a bit of heat. It actually comes up quite easily, very easily. I hope they're not pulling anything there. That's super sticky. Oh, get off. Right, let's get this one before it cools down. Just hold that wire so don't pull it. One more. Lovely. Whatever that thing is. Right, this is actually a clip, isn't it? Yeah. So does this lift up? Or does it clip out? I think this might be one where they clip forward. Maybe not. This is one there you wished you had actually looked it up or had better eyes. Stands bored around, I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put my head in the way. I can't actually see how that clip comes up. Right, a second. It does look like one of them black types that they slide out. No, does it just push down into it? Oh, I don't want to break it. I think we need to get this battery out first. Oh, luckily it's not glued down as such. attach that antenna wire, but it's still behind this piece of tape. Lovely. Yeah, just a bit of glue around here now. Lovely. Oh, they only took one off, so maybe someone replaced this battery. So I could actually peel that one off next time and glue that one down. Okay, that's handy. Alright, camera. Yes. So how's that connected? Aha, little white ribbon cable. I see it there. With my fingers so I don't stab the cable. Another one upwards. Now what I really should do is see the screen. Obviously this motherboard needs to come out. So we had like PH0s, sorry. Faux. Yeah. Now, how far do you need to go? In the sense that silver screws. Tweezers. So I'm mumbling away because I'm actually concentrating. Right, so this little speaker should, this is on a plug, should just pull out of that. It's soldered onto the board, so this should just pop out of there. There we go. Lovely. That's a board, put that somewhere safe. There, non-static. So we need to see if we've got the adapter. That plate was there. So that adapter was, that plate was under there, wasn't it? Right, so I didn't actually, or did I? No, I didn't need to undo those silver screws. Yeah, let's put them back in. Little shield back on. So just the black screws. Right, let's get the other screen. Excellent. You know what? I'm going to use this pad. So that's the way round we had it. Now what are we missing? That adapter. So we've got a spare charging port. We've got spare speakers. We need to remove that antenna and the docking port. Right, so let's get the docking port first. Again, PH0. Keep the screws separate. Actually slightly longer than mine's. Right, because we don't care about this other screen, I'll actually heat this one up. There we go. Oh, it's got some seat there. Straight down, so that's about whoa. Perfect. This is just a matter of undoing it and put it back into the other one. So it's not rocket science, but hopefully it might help someone. I'm not sure what size screwdriver, what the actual connectors of the screen look like. So this is the EZpad Pro 8. So it was these main connectors that we got to make sure they're the same. Okay, so it's just this antenna. To that connector there, you just push on. Like so. Complete. Excuse me. Alright, that's a level. Click it on. It should go over a little bit. It's nice and flat. Right, speakers. Right, sorry about that. I had to double check the video to see if it was connected. There was nothing plugged into that, so it's obviously for something else that I don't have in this one, which is fine. So a different model, I suppose. More tape in there, spare bit of tape. So I can just go there, can't it? Do no harm. Right, oh, we've got an expansion slot there. Right, let's clip the back on. hope the battery is just flat. I haven't killed the screen. Got a red light. Yep. Oh, this adapter's not the best. Unless it's that charging port, and I should have changed that. Put my one in. Anyway, let's see if this comes on. Got a white light. Yes, that's good. I think that's just the mark down there. Yeah. Right, so it's finally started up after recovering the hard drive. Done a repair. We're at 3%. It's still charging, so I'm going to let this charge. I'm going to wipe it completely clean because it seems to have someone else's account onto it as well. That's logged me in. And it still thinks it's 2021, so this has been sitting for 5 years somewhere, so no wonder it's flat. Or someone's using an emulator. I can see BlueStacks on here. I'll make sure all the personal details are gone. Hassines, Chrome. I don't think there's any personal information on there. I'll make sure it's all deleted. We're at 4%, so we're definitely charging battery. I may have to unclip this again to put the other port in. It could just be this adapter, because if I move this, oh, it seems to be charging now. Oh yeah, see that red light going out. So I'm not 100% happy with that lead there. See, we're still pulling 1.3 amps, so it is still charging. Yeah, no amps, so it is that. It could be this adapter. So what I should have done was plugged it in first, put a multimeter on the actual jack. It may just need cleaning, but I'm going to let this charge. Once it's all done, connect it to the keypad and give it a little test, and I'll wipe it first as well. So I'll probably bring you back in an hour or so once it's fully charged. Right, so it's all up and running. 2 hours, completely wiped it. So it's the removable keypad there. The jack, I just hadn't pushed it in properly, but I used another adapter anyway that seems to sit better. We test the speakers. Works fine. You'll see some glare off this. This is perfectly fine. I'm just looking at it. Windows 10 64-bit. And obviously I've deleted all the previous person's information. Right, so I basically buy things that are safe from landfill, and I buy things for friends and family and stuff that if people don't want them, friends and family, then I donate to charity shops. So this, I think my mum would like this. This was just bought on a whim. I weren't sure who was going to get it. So a couple of things I would take away from this is, one, if you do get a second hand one, I would test the output first, the actual jack plug, because I thought it was faulty, but it wasn't. It was me, I hadn't pushed this in far enough. Test the speakers before you click it back together, and this ribbon itself actually just slides out. It's quite simple really. So you've got a spare speaker, spare jack point, spare speakers, sorry, and a spare lead. And then what I did notice on these, if your screen is cracked, this digitize, the actual LCD pops out quite easily. This is, so I believe this is glass, a glass digitizer. So something like cerium oxide to get rid of little scratches. So there's a little scratch up the top here, and there's a tiny one there. But once it's on, you can't see it. So I thought, well, with this old one, I can just practice on this, because there's a scratch there. There's a few other scratches that that might get it out, because I've seen people use polywatch, but I think that's more for plastic and acrylic, stuff like that. And I've seen people use toothpaste, but that's no good for touchscreens as far as I know. But anyway, so this is another item saved from the scrap heap. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope, oh, the other thing, sorry, the magnets that go into the base, they aren't completely square. They're rectangular, but one side is taller than the other, so when it goes into the base on here, it does sit slightly proud, so then rotate them 90 degrees and they sit flush. So you can be very careful. So it's actually hard to see the difference in sizes, but they only go in one way, otherwise you might damage your screen if you were to swap one of these. But yeah, EZpad Pro 8, this one. So it's been plugged in for maybe 2 hours now, and our battery's up to 80%, and it is still charging. So I'm going to fully charge it, then unplug it, and see how long, see what that battery's like, and just see that it keeps the charge. As you can see there, it's charging again. Pull in 1.5 it was, and it went, hit the click back in, I pressed it in properly then. It went up to 1.8 maximum. So 2 amp charger, they say, you might be pushing it. I'd be more inclined to buy a 3 amp charger if I was to, well, when I buy a charger for this. And hopefully my mum likes it. She'll only be going on Facebook and playing Candy Crush and stuff like that. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll do some more videos soon. Thank you.